Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Happy Friday, happy weekend. I hope you all have had a great and productive and healthy week. And if you hadn't, that's the best part about weekends is that you get to just completely restart every Monday morning. You get a brand new start at a new week to push your goals forward, move ahead, make your dreams come true. You never know what week is going to be that life-changing happenstance week for you. So go into every Monday morning excited for what's ahead and letting go of what might have happened last week, what you didn't achieve, anything that went wrong or any fights that you had. Just let it all go and breathe in the new week. But that's not what I wanted to talk about. Today I wanted to talk about the idea of living in the moment and being really present and how that's typically contrary to what we think of goal setting as. I think a lot of people have this idea that goal setting is in full contrast of this idea of living in the moment and being present because you're so focused on making sure your goals happen, making sure that your future is what you envision it to be. And that can seem like it goes against everything that living in the moment and just being really present and aware of your surroundings tells you, right? But I really think that goal setting can actually help you live in the moment and can help you be more present. So that's what I wanted to talk about today is how these ideas that seem to be contrary are actually just different sides of the same coin and truly help each other. So living in the moment can help you achieve your goals, and goal setting can help you live in the moment. So if you're unfamiliar with the idea of living in the moment, it is just about being truly present, focusing on what's in front of you, whether that's people or a task that you're working on, not thinking about all of the other stuff you have to do, not thinking about any worries you might have, but just being truly present in that moment. And if you've ever experienced that, it's like almost addicting, right? Like when you're just so present, maybe at a concert or in a movie where something just brings you in and you can't think about anything else because you're so focused on what's in front of you. That's the idea of living in the moment. And that can be such a great feeling because you just let go of all of your worries and concerns and you're just truly living the way we're supposed to be living. So it's this great feeling and a great thing to work towards. I'm never not working towards living in the moment. I really struggle with this concept because I always have that to-do list in my head. I'm always worried about like 10 different things. So being really focused and present is a practice that I have, and I try to be really aware of it all the time. So how does goal setting and focusing on your future self and what you want your life to be like, how does that help with this idea of living in the moment? Well, the best part about goal setting is that you're taking these ideas that you have out of your head and putting them on a paper or whatever on your phone. So if you're like me, if you've ever just been doing dishes, you're running through the rest of your to-do list, you're running through where you want to be in 10 years, what you'd rather your life be like, who you want to be later on. All of these thoughts just kind of roll through my head when I'm doing a simple task, or even when I'm doing a complicated task that really does need my focus. I can still get swept away and start thinking about, it would be great if we had a bigger house. It'd be great if we had like 3 more dogs. So this is where goal setting comes in handy, because if you have this practice of sitting down and thinking through your goals, of planning out where you want to be. Maybe you saw the videos I had earlier this year of setting your goals for 2023. When you have that dedicated time to sit with yourself and write down your goals, write down the systems that you're building to achieve those goals, it takes it all out of your nervous system and of your brain and removes it. So that immediately just removes the extra noise in your head. And we all have a lot of noise in our head just from the things that we have to do, from worries, from bills, whatever you're worried about right now. There's probably a lot of chaos going on. So this idea of taking your goals out of your brain and putting it down, having that dedicated time where you are in the moment, you're very focused, you're present with yourself to understand yourself and what your goals are and the systems that you want to build, that just takes it off your plate immediately. And I know I always feel this like wave of relief when I get my goals written down and know that I have a system in place for how I can achieve those goals. And that's just one of the ways that we can be more present, because if you're not constantly thinking about, I want to be a really good meditator, if that's the right word. I want to meditate. I want that to be who I am. I identify with someone who meditates every day. It removes that subconscious thought that I always have kind of swimming around in my head, like, I wish I could be more strict with my meditating. I wish I could meditate every day. I wish that was a practice that I had. And instead of having all of those thoughts swirling around my brain, it removes it and turns it into a system of practice, and one that I know if I continue to have this practice regularly, I will achieve this goal. It removes that pressure from you to remember who you want to be, what your goals are, which can very much distract us from being present. So the idea is we build out our goals and we build out the systems that will get us there in order to live more present. So when you're out with friends or you're having a dinner, you're not worried about how this might impact your future goals because you already have that system in place. You already know that no matter what the circumstance you're in, you're still working on your goals. Everything you're doing helps achieve your goals. So you're not sitting there distracted and worrying, like, does this fit into my goal? Will this get me to where I want to be later on? Because you already have those systems in place. You already know that it fits in. So allowing yourself time to dedicate towards writing out your goals, writing out your systems, really does free you in a lot of ways to just be there, to just be present and focused on what's in front of you, rather than worrying about what else you need to do on your list, what else you have to get done. But I know living in the moment is still difficult. Even when you have everything written down, you have your goals and your systems in place, you know that your life is fitting in to who you want to be and helping you achieve those goals. It can still be really difficult to figure out how to live in the moment. So a few things that I'm practicing, because it's always going to be a practice. I don't know if anyone's ever fully achieved being present all the time. So a few things that have helped me when I am starting to feel anxious or frazzled and worried that I won't achieve my goals or worried that I won't be who I want to be later on. All of those things, all of those thoughts that come up and stress us out. What's helped me are mainly breathing exercises. So there's lots of different breathing exercises out there, but one that I really love is just inhaling for 4 breaths, holding your breath at the top, and then exhaling for 4 breaths. It sounds really easy, but it's actually really hard to remove all of your thoughts and just focus on that feeling of breathing in, feeling your lungs expand for 4 full beats, holding it at the top, not focusing on anything, just thinking about how your body is feeling and reacting to that, holding your breath, and then exhaling it all out for 4 counts. If you just focus on this practice, it really removes all of the other clutter that's going on, any worries and stress, and helps you regain control over yourself and helps bring you back to your body and your spirit and calm you down a little bit. So that exercise is one that I do when I'm just generally feeling anxious, but also for when I start to get nervous about my goals or get distracted and I'm out with friends and I can't focus and I can't be present, or if I'm with my dog, I can't be present with her. Just a super quick exercise to regain that presence of thought and mind, to regain that presence of thought and mind. Sometimes it's harder than others. For example, I'm trying to be really present here and record this video, and my dog is barking because someone's playing basketball outside. It's hard. Distractions come up. If you have kids, that's a huge distraction. And I can't even imagine how much more worry and concern you might have outside of yourself, but for these tiny humans that you've also created. But if you have pets or a job that's really demanding or a boss that's really demanding, it can be really, really hard to stay focused. And I totally understand that. It is a practice and one that we consistently build on and learn from. Some days will be better than others, but being present, there's so many studies that have shown how being present and focused on what's in front of you enhances how happy you are in life and your general well-being. So this is such a good practice. If you want to achieve your goals, this is something that you should be adding to your plate. I know that sounds like a lot, but you should be adding this into your systems that you've built out to achieve your goals. Being mindful, being present will only help you get there faster because you know and you trust yourself that you're on the right track. And that if you are present, if you stay focused, you can achieve your goals. And so you're not missing out on life while you're planning your future. And that's the goal here, is that we don't want to miss out on the wonderful things around us right now because of this wonderful life that we're building in the future. We want to have these things. It's not a bad thing to have goals. It's not a bad thing to want a better future for yourself or have a desire to learn and grow. Those are all really wonderful things, but we don't want to miss out on our present life when we're planning our future goals. So the two, as I mentioned, go hand in hand. Your goals should all align with making yourself happier and healthier. So you don't want to miss out on the things that make you happy and healthy now. As I mentioned, this is something that I'm really working on myself, so I understand that it's a struggle, but it is achievable. I promise that it will help you achieve your goals if you remember what you're working for, remember why you're doing it. If you've built those systems to trust yourself that you can stay present and be mindful while working on your goals, because you're not sitting there worrying about what's going to happen and worrying if you're on the right track. You just have that system outside of your head that you can focus on at the appropriate times and then be present for when you need to be. So hopefully this video was helpful for you all. Like and subscribe if it was. Let me know below if you like being present, if you're struggling with being present, if that's in line with your systems, or if there's anything else that you all are struggling with. Let me know below. Maybe I can put a video together for you. But thank you all so much for being here. As always, take time for yourselves, and I will see you all next week.